Hello students, so we are learning how to solve differential equation by using numerical methods. We started with Taylor series. After Taylor series, I told you how to solve Euler's modified method, and now the next method is Runge Kutta method of order 4. So now in this method also we are finding out the solution of differential equation. So first let us understand the method. The format of the question will remain same. Means in the question they will tell me that dy by dx is equal to some function of x and y. They will give me some initial conditions, means the value of x0 and y0, and they'll ask me certain y at a particular x. Sometime the question will be done in one stage, sometime two stage will be required depending upon the value of h. Okay, so let us first understand the formula. Since it is Runge Kutta method of fourth order, so the very first thing what you have to do, you have to calculate a constant called k1. The value of k1 is h f of x0 y0. Then k2 is h f of x0 plus h by 2, comma y0 plus k1 by 2. Then k3, which is h f of x0 plus h by 2, comma y0 plus k2 by 2. k4 is equal to h f of x0 plus h, comma y0 plus k3. Using these four values, I'll figure out what is the value of k. K is nothing but 1 by 6 k1 plus 2 k2 plus 2 k3 plus k4. And y1 value is equal to y0 plus this k. So if the question is only first stage question, so this is how I will get the value of y1. Now suppose if I am asking you more values, okay, more values in the sense, as I explained you in the Euler's modified method, if h is suppose 0.1 and you are starting with 0 and you want to find out the answer at 0.2. So 0, 0.1, 0.2. So two stages will come. So in that case, what will be the formula of k1? H f of x1 y1. k2 will be h f of x1 plus h by 2, comma y1 plus k1 by 2. Then k3 will be h f of x1 plus h by 2, comma y1 plus k2 by 2. k4 will be h f of x1 plus h, comma y1 plus k3. And then k will be equal to 1 by 6 k1 plus 2k2 plus 2k3 plus k4. And then y2 value will be equal to y1 plus k. So this will give me the answer at the first stage and this will give me the answer at the second stage. So let us understand the same process by a question. Now look at this question. What is given? First look at the initial condition. They say that y value is 1 at x value 0. So my initial condition x0 is 0 and y0 is equal to 1. Now compute y.2. So they are asking me to find out y at x is equal to 0.2. Right? Now they have given me additional h is equal to 0.2. So from 0 plus 0.2 means y of 0.2. So in one stage only I'll get the answer. And what is the function here? Function is 3x plus y by 2. Okay. So let us start with k1. k1 we know that h f of x0 y0. This is equal to, now what is h? H is 0.2. F of x0 y0 means what? Whatever is the function, in place of x you put x0, in place of y you put y0. So I'll have 3x0. What is x0 here? 0. Plus y0 by 2. What is y0 here? 1 by 2. right? So this is equal to 0.1. So this is the value of K1. Okay, now let's move to the value of K2. So K2 is h f of x0 plus h by 2 comma y0 plus k1 by 2. Now understand it carefully. H is 0.2, no problem. F of. Now here it is important that you need to figure out what is the value of these two terms. X0 is 0 plus h by 2. What is h? 0.2. So 0.2 by 2 is 0.1. So 0 plus 0.1 is 0.1, comma. Y0 plus k1 by 2. What is y0? Y0 is 1 plus k1 by 2. What is k1? K1 is 0.1. So 0.1 upon 2 is what? 0.05. So 1 plus 0.05 is 1.05. Okay. So my K2 value is 0.2. Now the function at these 2 points. The function is 3x plus y by 2. So 3x plus 1.05 by 2. Correct? So my K2 value, you use your calculator, evaluate, it will be 0.165. So this is my K2 value. Right? This is my K1. This is my K2. Now let's move to K3. So K3 is h f of x0 plus h by 2 comma y0 plus k2 by 2. So this is 0.2. Function of x0 plus h by 2 will remain same, 0.1. Now y0 plus k2 by 2. So I have to divide this by 2 and then I have to find out the value, right? So this will be 1.0825. Okay, all of you have the calculator, solve this value. And so your K3 value will be equal to 0.2. 3x means 3 into 0.1 plus 1.0825 upon 2, which is equal to 0.16825. I'll suggest all of you to pause and do the calculation and then start the video again. Now all of you calculate the value of K4. K4 is what? H f of x0 plus h comma y0 plus k3. So 0.2 f of x0 plus h is how much? 0.2 comma y0 plus k3 is 1.16825, right? So if I put the value 0.2, 3x plus 1.16825 y by 2. So this value will be equal to 0.236825. So this is the K4 value. Now the next thing is I'll find out the value of K. K is 1 by 6, K1 plus 2 K2 plus 2 K3 plus K4. Right? So this is equal to 1 by 6, 0.1 plus 2 into 0.165 plus 2 into 0.16825 plus 0.236825. Right? So when you solve this, the K value will be 0.236825. And now I will put this value, this is to my K4 value, right? So now when I'll solve this, I'll just correct this. I took the last value in calculator. So now my K value will be 0.167228. So what is y1? As I said, y1 is y0 plus k. So what is y0? y0 is 1. So 1 plus 0.167288 means 1.167228. Okay. So this is my answer. So it is simple. Sometimes it is lengthy because h is small and a lot of calculations are required, but it's not difficult. It's very simple. Okay, let's do one more question. Now look here. So now when I'm solving this question, x0 value is equal to 0.4, y0 value is equal to 1. See, x0 is this, y0 is this. And you need to find out the answer at 0.5. And what is function? Function value is equal to 1 upon x plus y. From here, dy by dx is 1 upon x plus y, which becomes my function value. So now let us start with k1. So k1, we all know the formula. So k1 is equal to h f of x0 y0, right? So this is equal to, now you have to go from 0.4 to 0.5. So h is definitely 0.1. Okay, so 0.1 and 1 upon 0.4 plus 1. Because this is the function, so I should put here x0, here y0. Correct? So when I solve this, my k1 value is 0.0714. I'll suggest all of you to pause the video, find out k1, k2, k3, k4 and k, and then again play the video to check your values. Now k2 is equal to, we all know the formula. So k2 will be 0.1, okay, and value of the function at 0.45, 1.0357. So this value will be equal to 0.0673. Now same way you do k3. k3 will be 0.1 f of 0.45, 1.03365, which is equal to 0.0674. And k4 will be equal to 0.1, value of the function at 0.5, 1.0674, which will be equal to 0.0638. Now substitute all this in the formula of k. So you will get the k value as 0.0674. So your y1 value will be 1.0674. Right? So this will be the value of your y1. Let's move to the next question. Now look at this question. Find y of 0.2. Okay, here again the same situation. Function is different, but the value, see, x0 is 0, y0 is equal to 1, h is equal to 0.2. Okay, function value is equal to y minus x upon y plus x. Right? So now let us start by solving. First, get the value of k1, which is h f of x0 comma y0. Right? So what is h? H is 0.2. What is value of function? Here you substitute the value x0 and y0. So 1 minus 0 and 1 plus 0. That is 1. So 0.2. Right? So this is the value of k1. Then go to k2. k2 is h f of x0 plus h by 2, comma y0 plus k1 by 2. So 0.2. Now let me put the value x0 plus h by 2. So 0 plus 0.2 by 2. So 0.1, comma y0 plus k1 by 2. y0 is how much? 1. And k1 by 2 when I am doing. So what is k1? 0.2. 0.2 upon 2 is 0.1. So 1.1. Okay. Now k2 is equal to 0.2 and put the value in the function. So 1.1 minus 0.1 upon 1.1 plus 0.1. Correct? So now solve this. So how much you will get? This is the value of k2 we are finding out. Okay. So my k2 value will be equal to 0.1667. Now come to k3 value. k3 is h f of x0 plus h by 2, comma y0 plus k2 by 2. So this is equal to 0.2, value of function at, this will become 0.1 and 1.0835. Okay. So when you solve this, this will be equal to, k3 is equal to 0.1662. Now go to k4. K4 is h f of x0 plus h comma y0 plus k3. So 0.2 f of x0 plus h means 0 plus 0.2, 0.2 comma y0 plus k3 means 1 plus this value. So 1.1662. Okay, now substitute this value in the formula. So K4 is equal to 0.2 and 1.1662 minus 0.2 upon 1.1662 plus 0.2. So this will give me 0.1414. Okay, so it is K4. Now what is K? K is 1 by 6. Then K1 plus 2K2 plus 2K3 plus K4. Now I have all the values. I have K1, I have K2, I have K3 and I have K4. All these four values you substitute here, which will give you K as 0.1679. So what is the value of Y1 then? Y1 is equal to Y0 plus K. So 1.1679. Because what was the value of Y1? See, Y0 is 1. Understood? And in the previous question I took it 0.5 or what? Okay. Now see, here I feel what was the value of this y0? 1. Okay, I thought it was something else. Okay. Now let's move to the next question. Find y of 1.1. Given dy by dx is xy to the power 1 by 3. Y of 1 is 1. So see here, x0 is 1 from here. Y0 is 1 from here. This is the function. And you need to find out the value at 1.1. So taking h as 0.1. You can evaluate K1, you can evaluate K2, K3, K4, then K and then the final answer. Okay. So but it is only just you have to practice to work on calculator. Okay. Now come to the next question, dy by dx plus y. So in this type of question, first you create dy by dx. So dy by dx will be 2x minus y. Right. And then solve the values. Here x0 is 1, y0 is 3. And this is the value of function. Okay. So K1, K2, K3, K4 you find out and find out the value of Y1. Now let's move to the next question. Now look at this question. Now here x0 is equal to 0, y0 is equal to 1. You have to find out the value at 0.2 and h is 0.1 means the question is of two stage. Because 0 plus 0.1 you will reach to 0.1. Then 0.1 plus 0.1 then you will reach to 0.2. Okay. And what is the value of the function? Function is equal to, okay, I'll write here, x comma y is equal to y minus x upon y plus x. So let us start this question now. First step, I'll write first stage. Okay. Now in first stage, what is the value of K1? H f of x0, y0. What is h? H is 0.1 and value of function at x0, y0 means what? Y0 is 1. So 1 minus 0 upon 1 plus 0. So that is equal to 0.1. That is the first value. Now go to K2. K2 is h f of x0 plus h by 2 comma y0 plus k1 by 2. Okay. So this is h. What is the value of h here? H is 0.1. So I'll substitute the value. So 0.1 f of x0 is 0 plus h by 2. 0.1 upon 2 is 0.05 comma y0 plus k1 by 2. Now what is k1? K1 is 0.1. So 0.1 upon 2 is 0.05 and y0 is what? Y0 is 1. So 1.05. Right. So this is our K2. So now if you substitute 0.1, 1.05 minus 0.05 upon 1.05 plus 0.05. So you get the value K2 and if you take your calculator and calculate this value of K2, so you will get the value. So your K2 value will be 0.091. Okay, now go to K3. So I'll highlight this. Okay, this is my K2. Now K3. So K3 is equal to h f of x0 plus h by 2, comma y0 plus k2 by 2. So 0.1 f of x0 plus h by 2. So 0.05, comma y0 plus k2 by 2. K2 is 0.091. So 0.091 upon 2 plus y0. And y0 is equal to what? Y0 is equal to 1. So I will get 1.0455. Right? And when I'll substitute it in the formula, 0.1 in the value of function, 1.0455 minus 0.05 upon 1.0455 plus 0.05, and this value will be 0.0909. So this is the value of our K3. Now K4 value will be equal to h f of x0 plus h, comma y0 plus K3. Right? So this will be equal to h f of x0 plus h. So 0.1, comma y0 plus k3. So 1.0909. Correct? 1, because y0 is 1, k3 is this. Okay. So now k4 value is equal to 0.1, 1.0909 minus 0.1 upon 1.0909 plus 0.1. So this value will be equal to 0.0832. This is the value of K4. Now calculate K. So your K value will be equal to 1 by 6 K1 plus 2K2 plus 2K3 plus K4. So K value is equal to, when you put all the 4 values, you will get, directly I will write K value here. So it is 0.0912. Right? So your Y1 is equal to 1.0912. So this is the end of stage 1. Now I will go to stage 2. When I go to stage 2, I have x1 is equal to 0.1 and y1 is equal to 1.0912. Correct? So now let us start. H is same as 0.1. So I will start the process. Again I will find out K1. Now K1 is h f of x1 y1. So 0.1, and if I put in the value of function, so y1 means 1.0912 minus 0.1 upon 1.0912 plus 0.1. Right? So my K1 value is equal to 0.0832. Now go to K2. K2 is h f of x1 plus h by 2, comma y1 plus k1 by 2. So which is equal to 0.1 f of x1 is how much? 0.1. Okay. So 0.1 plus h is what? 0.1. So 0.1 upon 2 is 0.05. So 0.1 plus 0.05. So it will become 0.15. Similarly 1.1328 here. So your K2 value will be equal to 0.0766. Okay. Now K3 formula will be h f of x1 plus h by 2, comma y1 plus k2 by 2. So 0.1 f of 0.15, comma 1.29, 1.1295. So your K3 value will be equal to 0.07655. Now go to K4. K4 is equal to h f of x1 plus h, comma y1 plus k3. Okay. So this is 0.1. Value of function at x1 is 0.1. H means 0.1. So 0.1 plus 0.1 is 0.2. Y1 is 1. And K3 is this. So 1.07655. Correct? So K3 will be second. So here Y1 plus K3. Now K3 is this, but what is Y1? Don't do this mistake. Y1 is this, not 1. Okay. So when you add these two, you will get 1.16775. Same way here also you should take care ki what is your Y1. Okay. Y1 plus K2 by 2 you have to do, and Y1 you should take this. Okay. So don't do that mistake and be very careful while doing the second stage. So K4 value will be 0.07075. Now substitute all these values in the formula 1 by 6 K1 plus 2K2 plus 2K3 plus K4. This will give you the value, okay, and whatever K value will come, you put Y2 is equal to Y1 plus K. So your final value will be 1.167908, which is the final answer. Okay. If you compare this with the question, same question we have done earlier, but we did with one stage and took H is equal to 0.2. So similar answer we got. You can see, scroll up and you can see. Now the seventh question again, first step, you have x0 is equal to 0. Y0 is equal to 1. Okay. H is equal to 0.2. It is not mentioned, but they are asking me answer at 2 point. So second stage by default I have to do. And if I take point H is equal to 0.1, it will be like 4 stage, which will be very, very lengthy. So I'll prefer to take H is equal to 0.2. Now here, what is a function? Function will be equal to y square minus x square upon y square plus x square. This you should bring here and dx should go there. So this is the function, right? So now all of you pause the video, do the stage 1, do the stage 2 and check the answer. I'll write down the values so that you can cross check your answer. Okay, so when I am doing the first stage, my K1 value will be equal to 0.2. My K2 value will be equal to 0.1967. K3 will be equal to 0.1967. K4 will be equal to 0.1891. And my Y1 value will be equal to 1.19598. And then I'll go to second stage. Okay, so second stage I will be taking my x1 is equal to 0.2 and y1 is equal to 1.19598. Correct. Now again apply the same formula. In place of x0 y0 you have to take x1 y1. So again now your K1 value will be 0.1891. K2 value will be equal to 0.1795. K3 value will be equal to 0.1793 and K4 value will be equal to 0.1688. So your final Y2 value will be equal to 1.37525, which will be your final answer. I hope you understood RK method of order 4. Now in my next video, I will do Milne's predictor and corrector method, and then we are done with the numerical solution of differential equation. Thank you.